welcome back. So, I have, of course, new year, new me, rebranded my channel slightly. Moving forward, this channel will be called Pale Threshold. I will still be presenting some videos in ASMR format, but I will also be presenting other informational material, more like stream of consciousness type stuff, using this channel also for documentation of my process, which does not always lend itself to the ASMR format, but rather the documentation, the note-taking, and being able to share that through this format. I will be possibly reintegrating some of the divination. However, for the time being, I have felt like it was important for me to step away from that part of the process. It's very easy to allow ourselves to be told what our destiny will be. But it's more important for each of us as individuals to put in the effort and work to manifest what it is that we desire without the burden of that foresight, whether that is applicable to us or not. A lot of the tarot videos, I feel like, in many cases you can end up just saying the same thing over and over again, whether that's a weekly format, a monthly format. And so I will be figuring out the best way to navigate that moving forward. I'm not saying I won't ever do divination on the channel again, but I want it to be integrated with purpose into everything else I'm presenting. Similar to the last video, I want to be putting out more information about how to really shape and mold your place here in the universe. There's a lot of law of attraction videos here on YouTube. But the focus is often on things like your specific person or your soulmates, twin flames. And there's also this overwhelming and pervasive kind of like toxic positivity, that if the things that you desire to manifest are not coming into being, it's because there's something flawed within you as a person. One of the very important things to recognize is that everyone, every individual person, does have free will, which means that other people's manifestations might be at cross purposes to your own. And you have to seek out and find the situations which will be properly aligned to all of you obtaining your best result. And that's just purely one of the limitations of the physical plane. And it's important to recognize that you can manifest those situations into your life, but there's a certain amount of discernment that goes into it. And if you always consider yourself to be the fault of a situation, then you're not recognizing the situation for its totality, and you're not recognizing the other players and their part within it. A denial of their own humanity. So that is another focus of the channel as well. There's a lot of depersonalization in this particular era. I wouldn't say more or less than any other time in history, only that there are particulars, of course, to what is going on now based on environmental factors. So this is just kind of a brief update video. I do hope to be making some more videos while I'm here. I am staying with my parents for the time being. This is a house that I actually used to live in right before I moved to Los Angeles. I'm not quite sure what the future holds. I do have a job lined up in New Mexico for the summer, so I won't be staying here indefinitely. But it has been nice to come back and reconnect with my family. I had become very isolated from them. And when that happens, it can be difficult, especially in the case of my child. It was very difficult to have a good and healthy and balanced idea of what's going on in their life. And of course, as a parent, you do worry. And when you are already experiencing delusions, it's very easy for that to kind of spiral out of control. So it has been really wonderful to be back here and to be able to spend time with my family and reconnect with them in a very tangible and concrete way. And that, of course, helps me to continue with the grounding process that I am currently undertaking in order to really bring myself back down to what it is that I need to be doing. I had very much dropped the plot over the last year. And toward the end of the year, it was very difficult indeed for me to put anything out there that was going to be an accurate and good reflection of my work overall. I was having a hard time meeting new people and presenting to them the version of myself that I wish to have remembered. So now I have the opportunity to clarify some things, get things straight in my own head, and recognize where perhaps other people's perceptions also are incredibly out of alignment with reality. That was a big factor too, being consistently kind of panned, and to have others fail to express interest in the things that I'm doing and putting out there can also create a bit of a schism. I do strongly believe in the work that I'm doing, not just here on this channel, but also in music. And it's been tricky figuring out what the reality of all these situations are. I think it's something we're all kind of going through right now. Everything's been entirely up in the air. A lot of things that people thought were reality were in fact illusions. And this next period is going to be all of us working together, hopefully, fingers crossed, to clarify our shared reality and bring it more into focus. This particular era, though, because of that, does have a lot of promise that we haven't necessarily seen before in our own lifetimes, perhaps in previous lifetimes. There have been similar periods in history, but it's never exactly the same. Thank you so much to those of you who have been supporting this channel. I want to say a big thank you to my channel members, especially Jason B., who often reaches out to see how I'm doing. I really appreciate that. I greatly appreciate those of you who have stuck with me through this period. It has been exciting, to say the least. I wouldn't say necessarily bad. I wouldn't say necessarily good. It's just been a lot. So, hug all of your loved ones tightly whenever you get the chance. And I will talk to you again very soon.